Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Good evening. I don't know how many people are going to show up because I assume that people are busy and ending the day, but also there's people that don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So there's that. But I wanted to make sure, mods, I told you didn't have to be here. I appreciate it, but I also understand everybody has family and I don't expect anything from anyone, but thank you. Joel Sachs, I have missed seeing you. Liz Tricks, happy Thanksgiving. Life's a Journey, Tammy. Hey, Carrie Wilson. Annie Strews. Hey, Patty Collins. Good to see you. Hey, Ken. Super Storm Day. Love and Life. Kestrel. Pepperoni Nips. David Bruce. Happy Thanksgiving, Catherine B. Mittens, 1970. Thank you. Thank you, Patty. Hey, Beach on Beagle, Natalie Strasser, Joanne Hawley, Tony Hoban, Kayla Brennan. I am Shilene, Chris 10M, Downs Mom, Nancy Stitchin. Happy Thanksgiving, Nancy. Wisconsin Barb. Hey, Armine. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Little Mink, Ty's channel. Thank you. Joanne Palmer. Dawn Van E, Funky Mama. Hey, babe. Kim Wiseman, Holly Smith, Little Old Me. Wow, there's more people than I thought here. Just a Northern Girl, DS Kitty Diane. Thank you. Lori Swenson, Rona Cooley's here, Meredith Lynn. Kim is Blue. Who did I miss? Carrie Wilson. Pam Fredette. I feel like I haven't seen you for a couple of streams. Marie Marion. Karaoke Jen is here. Mama Smurf. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. How did we do today? Not I realize so again, being that I thought Philadelphia was a state. Thank you, Downs Mom. I didn't know I don't know anything about traditions or holidays. So I didn't realize people don't celebrate Thanksgiving across the whole world. I also didn't know I brought this up in the Zoom chat. I didn't know if Christmas is celebrated around the world. I know that sounds stupid, but I didn't know that. I don't know who celebrates Christmas. And I didn't know if Christmas was like a worldwide thing or just an American thing, but I don't think it is because I've seen Love Actually and they celebrate Christmas. Hugh Grant does in that movie. So Pink Skies. Yes, Little Mink. Yes. Okay, Pam. So I feel silly saying that. I really feel kind of dumb, but the thing is, I just didn't know. So I realize not everybody celebrated Thanksgiving today, if I'm correct on that. Anyway, I just wanted to know. Hey, Joyce Drager. Yeah, of course. I wanted to come on here and chat with Okay, Patty, thank you. I wanted to come on here and chat with the people who were alone, who wanted some connection. I know Seamus is so cute. Look at him. I had to move the pillow because he was just napping there. He's my little ginger man. Linda G. Laura Lou, welcome. Christmas only celebrated in nations with Christians, not in most countries with different traditions. Okay, I just didn't know, and I feel dumb. I didn't know. Jamie Palmer, welcome. Mary Behrens, Joanne Palmer. Okay, Joanne, I think I knew that. I knew there was a different Canadian Thanksgiving than today. Squirrel Girl. Thank you, Karaoke Jen. I don't feel, I mean, it's not stupid. I just don't know. I don't know who celebrates Christmas even. Where is his head? Right there. That's his face right there. Anyway, I just know, hey, Janet from Another Planet. I know that some people are alone today, are feeling alone. I have celebrated many Thanksgivings alone. This was my first Thanksgiving. Hey, Just Joan. This is my first Thanksgiving today with my family since I was 6 years old. And hey, Simone Farron. I got Tony Hoban. I got a little bit choked up today. I got up this morning. I got up real early. I went and made the deviled eggs last night, like I said I would after the stream. And Liz Tricks, it was lovely, but I got a little bit, I'm going to be totally upfront with you guys. Sometimes I think being still newly out, just a year and a half still out of Scientology and all the crazy, hey Helena, all the hey P. Taylor, the crazy Pepper Jelly, the crazy things that have happened, right? Coming out, losing family, like it's all been boom, 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 like a domino effect, right? Like didn't almost, hey, unindoctrinated, it didn't all happen at once, I would say, but pretty close together, right? Like, you know, coming out of Scientology, losing all that family, getting divorced, going through that. Robin Miners, the Jester stuff, the move. I just think sometimes, and maybe I need to talk to my therapist about this. I think sometimes that I glide over or like skate over those things as a almost I want to say like a coping mechanism for me. Sorry, Maggie Sue. Hey Lucia. Do you know what I mean by that? Hey Alana. I feel like no, Jill Randolph, I did not. I was in Scientology and they were not. It's been super fast paced. Hey, Galen. So I feel like I tend to, when people will say to me, and people say this to me a lot, like, wow, you've really gone through a lot in the last year and a half, or wow, you have a lot to process. Susan Miller. And I feel like my automatic response to that is always like, nah, it's okay. No, it's not. It's okay. And I believe it as I say it, but every once in a while things hit me and I'm like, actually, it is a lot. Actually, it is a lot. And sometimes it kind of hits me like really weight, like a lot of weight. It's heavy. Terry Dillon, welcome. Probably Joel Sachs. Yeah. And I always downplay it. Little Mink, I was wrong. I made a potato casserole, the hash brown casserole. I made a corn casserole, and I made the deviled eggs. Oh, and stuffing. So I made those 4 things. Hey, BJ's Critters. Susan Reck, welcome. Mandy Albert. Lori Driscoll's here. There's more people here than I thought. I guess so. Kim is blue. Hey, Dylan. Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. But I think maybe it's just easier for me to, and I think that's also a Scientology thing, right? Like, what's a lot? Lacey Silver, when you're a Scientologist, honestly, like we are trained to take a lot, to put up with a lot. And so it didn't ever seem like a lot, but I feel like now that I've slowed down a little bit and I'm enjoying my life and I'm enjoying, thank you, my love. I wish I could have given you a Thanksgiving hug today. I hope everybody's well. Thanks, babe. Gold dogs for me. Thank you. Hey, Kimmy Steele. Thank you, Maggie Sue. Hey, SA. So I guess what I'm trying to say is now that I've slowed down a lot, hey, Pat Jonas, sometimes I have more time on my hands than I would have as a Scientologist, because as a Scientologist, we have to go, go, go. You have to be producing all the time. So sometimes now I slow down a little bit and it gives me time to think about it. Happy Thanksgiving, Tony Suter. Hey, Sassy Savage. And it makes me a little sad, honestly. And I do sometimes feel like maybe this is a lot on my plate. Like maybe this is a lot to process. Hey, Anne. And so anyway, the point is this morning I got up early and I was just in my kitchen. I actually really didn't feel well this morning when I woke up, like really didn't feel good. I kept feeling like I was going to throw up. Hey, Gemini girl, for like an hour and a half. Oh, thanks, Simone. For like an hour and a half, I was super, super nauseous and I really didn't feel well. And I was kind of like foggy headed. I just didn't have any energy. So instead of pushing through it like we would as a Scientologist, I just kind of took my time and arranged my kitchen and I moved real slow and I just kind of like was breathing well. I was being very mindful and I was like just do what you can. Like, don't start the day hitting the ground running, being stressed out. Like, just take some time for a minute to just. And so I did. And it actually was great because after a little bit of time, I started to wake up a little bit. I felt a little bit better. I usually wake up pretty energized. And so it was odd. Um, yeah, Rona Cooley. Kelbell. Well, tell your mom thank you, Kelbell. That's so kind. I know, Sassy. He's so cute. Anyway, the point is, I'm dragging this out, but I got all the ingredients together and I was just kind of like pacing myself. And thank you, JNC. I walked out into the living room to do something. And I looked over and Huxley was like curled up with his new birthday blanket from Abigail. He was on the couch and he was looking at his phone and he looked so cozy. And I just got really emotional. And I was like, this is probably what I've been missing for the last 39 years because I don't really even count last year as my first Thanksgiving. Thank you, Kenny. Hey, Peg Hughes, because we were with my awful ex-husband. And it's better than nothing, I guess, being out of Scientology. But this year was really different for me, and I did not expect it to be. I did not expect it to be. Thank you, Sassy. But it just hit me, and I thought, I'm in my living room at a place that I'm paying for. Hey, Lady True Crime. And I was like, there's my beautiful son just like sitting there looking at something, and I'm about to cook, and the world is okay. And I mean, I really miss my family. I miss the family that I lost, but it felt so good. Hey, Peace Lady, to just like take it all in. I didn't have to rush. I didn't have to be under anybody's control. I didn't have some psycho ex-husband with his family who was even worse almost than him. And people who were judging me and just being on a schedule. And I just, and then the whole God thing too. Like, I just felt very like I'm trying to be a little bit closer to the idea of something bigger than me that's helpful and good. And I thought of that too. And I thanked God and I thought, I could be in such a worse state right now. Like, I know where I could be. I've been there. I know where this could have wound up. And yeah, Sarah Bowman. And I definitely felt extreme gratitude this morning. I felt safe. I felt really safe to just, this is my second Thanksgiving that I've ever been. Thanks, David Bruce, with my child. This is the second one. He's 15 years old. This was my first Thanksgiving today in 34 years with my family, my non-Scientology family. And I don't know, it just really was, thank you, Joel Sachs. It felt very life-changing today. So there was a shift today of just being in my own house. And Huxley had a great day. It was beautiful. I was cooking all morning. It was cold. It was really cold this morning, but he bundled up and he went outside and hit the baseball and practiced in the backyard. And the dog was out there running around with him. And I got to watch from the window as I was making all these casseroles, and it was so peaceful. It was just so, thanks, Mary. It was very different. Yeah, Liz Tricks. It's such a different feeling I just kept getting really sad. Like, I realize not everybody has a great life, first of all, but I also started to feel a little sad for myself that I thought, yeah, this is a normal life, Terry Dillon. Like, this is probably how it was supposed to be all along. And like, I have no traditions. Everybody else has traditions and everybody else has this routine that they've been following forever. Everybody has a Thanksgiving already that they do, and I just was today was my first one. Today was the first one. I was just taking it easy, which I don't I'm telling you, Scientologists can't do that. So, I was taking it easy as a Scientologist, as a non-Scientologist, and being normal, and I just felt so different. I felt like this is probably how it's supposed to be. And yeah, I can make my own traditions now. I got to be with my mom. That was huge. I got to be with my mom today. I know there's a lot of people here that don't even have their mothers anymore. I wish that I could buy back that time that I've lost. But I got to be with my mom today for the first time in 34 years. And I feel like I'm very, very grateful for it. It was really special. And she looked really pretty. And it was just really, it was really, really special for me. I mean, of course, I got to see my sister too, which was amazing. But it just, so life has changed so much, so fast. It's really changed. And I feel sadness, of course, because, hey, Lumen, um, I know that Ken, I wish my parents were still alive. See, I know that like Kestrel, I was thinking of Kestrel today about her mom. There's a lot of people who lost parents, grandparents, things like that, and that makes me sad. But um I don't know, it really hit me this morning and I thought, "Oh my God, so much has changed. You guys helped me to get out of the situation I was in, to get away from a very controlling, abusive husband, just a bad situation. He was abusive to my kid. We were going down a very dark path in Kansas City. And I feel grateful every single day for what you guys did to help me, but especially today I really reflected on it and I thought, look at how much has changed. Look at how much these people lifted me up and literally moved me across the country to another place to be safe. Celebrating your new life and being able to experience the peace and joy of family that you deserve to have your entire life. You are loved. Liz, I love you so much, lady. I really do. Thank you, Liz. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, by the way. Thank you for your super chat and saying that. Here, I'll show you guys. I want to show you guys a picture. I took some with my sister. Let's see. That's me and my sister and her little boy. And then I got one with my mom, all of us. That's with my mom. My mom looked really pretty today. Her hair looked really pretty. It all happened really fast. The time went by quickly today, but I almost just didn't talk for a minute. Like I was just there and I was sitting there just with my plate of food and we were sitting at this table and I just thought, I have no memory ever of a Thanksgiving with these people. I tell you guys I was 6, but I don't remember it. I don't even know if I had a Thanksgiving with them. I'm sure I did. I can't remember. I don't know. I it starts today. The traditions start today. And I know that's wonderful and I'm really really grateful for it. I'm going to choose to look at things that way. But I have to be honest, like I'm also really angry and I'm going to have to process that obviously. I'll have to talk about that in therapy and I'll talk about it here too, but I'm angry. It's like the God thing. Like I wasn't even allowed to look in that direction. And so I'm angry that I've lost 3.5 decades of these memories, of these traditions. I'm mad that I gave all that up to Scientology. And not only did I get nothing back, I got less than nothing. I lost the other half of my family. My child lost his grandparents without even saying goodbye. I hate that. I'm not as angry as you would think I am, but I'm angry and I hate it. I hate that I gave that up. I gave up all of these memories. I gave up 3.5 decades of that. Diane, my parents have been gone for 20 years, but I have wonderful memories of past Thanksgiving. The memories stay with us. Thank you, Diane. And I'm so glad. I'm sorry you lost your parents, but I'm glad you have memories. I don't have any memories. It's like I have a history, but I have no past, if that makes sense. That's how I feel. I feel like I don't have a past. Somebody told me the other day, and it was so true. I've been thinking about it ever since. Life has begun at 40 for me. Like, truly, life is beginning for me now because I have the power to choose things and I can move things around like pieces on a chessboard. I have never been able to do that. I didn't get to have a Thanksgiving holiday with my child. I didn't get a choice on that, by the way. They came and took him, and they took him to another state every year. I was never invited. And I'm not sitting here like boo hooing. It's just, it hit me today. It's very real to me today that I have a lot of catching up to do. And it's great, guys. 40 is still young. I have plenty of years ahead of me of things I get to enjoy so much. I can't wait to watch Huxley continue to grow up. Like one day I hope he has kids. I will love and cherish that. Like I have a lot to catch up on and I am not going to let grass grow under my feet. I want those memories and I want to start traditions. Yeah, Anna Christie, it does. Helena, just because it was a beautiful day and a happy day doesn't mean it wasn't also a hard and painful day. That's a good point. Your feelings are true and real. Love you, babe. That's very true, Helena. Thank you for validating that, girl. Thank you for your super chat. I love you, Helena. It's normal to mourn the past, but at least you still have time. And it's what you do now that matters. But it's a lot to reconcile. Alana, yes, it really is. Hey, Sophia. Justine, please explain why I didn't have him. His Scientology grandparents took him every year. They took him almost every weekend, too. They were very, very controlling and pushy about that. And they made a habit and a tradition and a routine of taking him every year. And there were a couple of years that I tried to fight it, but especially his grandpa was extremely ugly when it came to Huxley. He took full control of him. Yeah. And I remember a couple of years, I was like, maybe I would like to. And he was like, no, no, we already have plans. We're going to Iowa. And that was just the way it was. How does Huxley feel? I think he feels really good, Susan. I think he really enjoyed today. He was very helpful. He loved the food. He ate so much of it. And yeah, Kestrel, he was a bad guy. David Bruce, everything is totally different now in so many good ways. But it's like Alana said, it's just, I don't, I think I protect myself somehow from thinking about it. I don't think about it very often. And today, for whatever reason, I really, really thought about it. And I felt very sad. I don't know what else to say. I just felt very sad about, at least I'm here now. At least I get to be with my family now. Hey, Martha Slemmer, P. Taylor, do I think they were grooming him for Scientology? I absolutely do. No question. Yeah, I absolutely do. And that's a whole other thing. Since leaving Scientology, your life has been a hurricane. Now that it's quiet, you're able to mourn the things you miss and missed out on. That's such a good point. It's true. Thank you, Daughter of the King. It's very true, Sassy. I feel like just now, even though we're a year and a half out, now is the time I'm starting to reflect the most. And I think it makes sense, right? Because I'm at peace now more than ever. I'm in a safe place. Living in Kansas City with my ex-husband, I did not ever feel safe. Ever. He threatened me all the time. I did not feel safe. And so now that I feel like I'm on solid ground, I have my family, I picked out and moved to a place, I can pay my own bills, I make money. Like, it's amazing. It's very empowering to know I can stand on my own and nobody's telling me what to do. And I also have security blankets. I have safety with my family here. And it's just a big difference. And I think now I'm finally able to kind of let my guard down and take a look at it. Sophia says, you got to figure out how to process the loss of having that chance to move forward with the joy and serenity it takes to be at peace. And it's not an easy thing, but it's doable. Absolutely. And I will. And I do. I think it comes in waves. Alana says it's a coping mechanism. Our psyche parks so much of the stress and trauma so that you can keep going. That makes sense. But it bites us all at times. We have the time, we decompress when we have. That's exactly what's happening. That is exactly what I'm trying to say. You just described it perfectly. It's a coping mechanism. Our psyche parks so much of the stress and trauma so that you can keep going, but it bites us all at times when we have the time, we decompress. That makes sense. And that must be what's happening. Again, I feel, yeah, Shelly, I feel safe and I feel like I have the time. I don't feel like someone's pushing me, rushing me. The Scientology go, 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 go is kind of starting to slow down for me because I know I'm not going to go to ethics. I know that I'm not going to get written up. I know that I'm not going to sit down and someone's going to go, what are you doing? What are you doing? Get up, produce, produce, produce. Start white gloving this room. There's dust on this. I mean, that's how Scientologists operate. It's very true. And I hate it because I still am that way very much. I don't watch TV. I don't sit around. I'm constantly moving things, moving furniture, organizing, moving the couches, vacuuming the ceiling. Like, I get weird about it. And I know it's from my childhood. My dad would never, we never sat around. If he was home, I watched George Carlin when he was gone. If he was home, he was like, get outside, pull weeds. You need to start producing because LRH says, I was just like, I can't remember the quote now, and it's been told my whole life. LRH says production is the basis of morale. So when I was even really, really little, I can remember that since I was little, my dad would go, come on, come on, come on. Production is the basis of morale. LRH says production is the basis of morale. Get to work. So, I mean, we constantly were scrubbing baseboards, doing all that stuff. And it bleeds sometimes over into me, even as a parent. I'll be, I don't do it at all like my dad. But even Huxley was on Thanksgiving break this week and he was laying around, he was sitting around, he had knocked the pillows all over the floor. And I was like, pick up those pillows. And he picked them up And I said, "What does your room look like? Like, I see you're just sitting here. Like, do you need to go clean? Is there anything you can do?" It's weird, but it's how I was raised. And being idle, you get written up, an idle report on you. So sitting around is never what a Scientologist does. You produce, 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 produce. LRH says that if you want to make money, this is no joke. I wish I could find the reference, but I don't know where it is. If you want to make money, clean the hell out of your environment, clean the hell out of your house, make sure everything is spotless, everything is white gloved. You will pull in financial wealth if everything is clean. So we are weird, weird people about that. We're weird about our space being, is this a Scientology word? I've never used it with you guys, but we use it all the time in Scientology. Where is that here? Decluged. Is that a Scientology word or is that an English word? My dad, I mean, everybody uses it, but my dad would always go, decluge the living room, get in your room and decluge it. Go decluge. Is that a Scientology word or do you guys use that word? Hey, Jeepsy Soul. Never heard of it. Okay. Oh, it's a Scientology word. Okay. Everybody's going, that's a Scientology word. Decluge. All it means is to declutter. I wonder if it's in that dictionary of this. Decluge. Go decluge. Go decluge your space. Decluge just means to clean up and make it nice. Declutter it. Get rid of the clutter. It's not in the ethics book dictionary, which I didn't expect it to be, honestly. But we've been using that word since I was little, and all Scientologists use it. It's a very common word to go declude your space. If you're in trouble, if you're in lower conditions, but yeah, you go declude your space. So, oh, really? It was based on a flag order. But you know the word, don't you, Dylan? My dad used it all the time. So did the Kansas City. I don't know. I was just thinking, Suzanne, how is it spelled? I would guess it to be spelled with a K, like Dekludge, maybe. Sounds French. I don't know. Dylan, how would you spell it? Came from a flag order. I mean, that makes sense because white gloving and all of that. Yeah, that's how I would spell it. Anna Christie. Yeah. Anyway, it's still okay. He knows the word well. I mean, it's a very common Scientology word. I don't think that's how I would spell it, Kestrel. I was spelling it like Anna Christie did here. Dekluge would be right. Okay. Oh, wait. So it's in the dictionary? Cleaning and decluttering motivation 10 strategy. Someone said it's in the dictionary. That's what the dictionary says, Anna Christie. Anyway, at the age of 6, did I get sent to the ranch? No, I went into the cadet org. I went into, hey, Geoplanet Jane. Hey, Dee Dee Razzle Dazzle. Okay, throw out unwanted stuff. Interesting. It's okay, Annie Strews. So I went into the cadet org. My mom left when I was 6, and my sister left when I was about 7. And then it was just me and my dad. So my dad is still in Scientology. He's been in since like 1968 or something crazy. And my sister went into the Sea Org. She's out now. My mom has been out since 1991. And I have not had a whole lot of contact with them, like as far as holidays and things like that, because I remained a Scientologist and they did not. So that made our relationship very difficult. You did just do a word clear, Anna Christie. Hey, Anon. LRH like to borrow things, words, and concepts. Yeah, definitely. He also, Dylan, left us with this stupid, useless, thanks, GeoPlanet Jane, this stupid, useless other language that we know that we can't use because we are kicked out. So I'm stuck with this language and I used it way more than I used the English language. And so sometimes the only word I can think of is a Scientology word. But I think I'm doing pretty good for a year and a half out. I have to be honest. I think I'm doing pretty good. Hey, Muffet Lou. Thank you, Furious Knitter. That's cute. Thank you. You're mostly a lurker. It's just a lot. And I think I'm doing pretty good for a year and a half out, I have to say. But the more, I think I don't know how to put this, but I think now that I'm here and I'm in a safe space and the longer I'm out, oh, for sure, Dylan. And I don't know how long you've been out of Scientology. Scientology is still my first language. Absolutely. It probably always will be, to be honest, my friend. The longer I'm out and the more I'm at peace, thank you, Gypsy Soul, the more I feel like I have that time on my hands to reflect. And that's when I kind of go, uh-oh, pump the brakes. Like I start to get really sad. I start to get really emotional. And I just think like all the things I lost, but all the things I gained. And it becomes a little bit overwhelming for me. So I think it's definitely helpful. Like I said, people say to me all the time, like, wow, you're doing great. Or wow, that sounds terrible. You were in a cult for that long. I'm always like, it's okay. It wasn't bad. And I think that that's a way of being in denial, maybe, because again, I'm just sitting there trying to make a casserole this morning and I started bawling because I was like, this is so new. This is normal life. This is what most people grew up doing. Most people grew up with a routine and traditions and loving parents and siblings, and all of that was taken away. Like all of us, we were all divided and it was split off. And I don't even remember a Thanksgiving with my family. I have no memories ever of a Thanksgiving with them until today. And so that was really wild for me. It was really wild. Dylan, did you say that most people say that you're still in as far as the language? Oh, Scientology is still my first. Oh, some say I never got out. Well, I don't know much about this either, but I know Natalie said, good for you, Pepper Jelly. That's amazing. I know that Natalie said that there's some cult expert that said that Scientology is like one of the worst. Hey, Abigail, you too, girl. Scientology is like one of the worst cults. What was it? As far as deprogramming, like it's one of the hardest ones to remove, right? We had so much hardcore indoctrination and training. I mean, it's not a every Sunday religion. It's an everyday, and you're so isolated. You don't know you're a piece of veal. You're in a cage, a Scientology cage. I know nothing about the outside world. I know nothing about life. I really don't. I don't know much. Like I say this, but I feel like I was plopped onto a New York City subway train and said like, good luck, find your way. Like I just don't even speak the fucking language. Like I just feel so naked out here, but it's so much better. I'm just saying, like, even today, it hit me today. I've been out a year and a half, okay? And it hit me today that I don't recall a Thanksgiving with this family I'm going to go eat with today. My mother and my blood sister. Like, that's a problem. That's a red flag. And I hate Scientology for that. I'm so angry that I walked into the Tampa org 2 weeks ago and they were like, get out. You need to get out. And I thought, fuck you. I'm not leaving. I gave up my life to this place. I gave my life to you guys. And this is how you treat me. You pushed me out of here. And my family's in here. Like everybody I know is in this building and I have to leave. This is all I know. Like, what are we supposed to do? This is all I know. This is the only language I speak. This is the only training I have. I don't know anything about the outside world. Like, You created this and now I can't be a part of it anymore. It's harsh and it's cold. And I feel like they could have done a better job at pushing us out to sea to swim, like to get our sea legs. Hey, Teresa, I hope you had a good day today. Wow, Muffet Lou. With the heater running, I notice it's so much drier in this house. I hate that. Thank you, Gina. I love that you're documenting this on your podcast. Imagine 3 years from now, I'm watching it and seeing how far you. Oh, that's kind of an exciting idea. I never thought of that. Don't ever give up your and Huxley's life again. You can now have people that love you. Absolutely, T. Curry. And the other thing that my therapist said, hey, DNV, he said to me the other day, he said, let me see if I wrote it in my notes. Oh, yeah. Don't follow just one person for information ever again, he said. I know, I think so, Angie Mo. Yeah. Hey, DJ Goldenheart. Don't follow just one person. And I said, I don't think, Rach, you're drunk. Well, it is Thanksgiving. I understand. I mean, I don't understand because I've never been drunk before, but I can guess what it's like. I don't think, Dylan, if you're still in here, I don't think any of us ex Scientologists, I told my therapist this, I don't think we'll ever have a problem with that again. Like, I'm never going to follow. And I said to him, I said, can we clarify? Like, you don't mean God. And he said, no, 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 no. I mean somebody on earth. Like, don't ever follow and put all of your eggs into just one basket like that. And I said, oh, yeah, no, I will never, ever do that again. Like, no, like LRH is basically what he was saying. Brandy Lewis, you too. Feelings and emotions come in waves. Hey, Maureen Kinsey, I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. You are learning to process your experiences in new, healthier ways now. It will take time to unravel your extreme history. Peace as you heal. Thank you, Maureen. You're right. And guys, I know this. Like, we're doing it. It's just feels like it's hitting me harder now more than ever, if that makes sense. Arkansas Flamingo, I wish you could see yourself as we do. You have come miles from where you first were. It's natural that you are feeling your feelings after almost 2 years. Grace, baby, grace. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really nice, Arkansas Flamingo. Dylan says that's why I isolate and steer clear of most all humans nowadays. At least it feels a little safe. Definitely won't trust like that again. I don't want to isolate for sure, but I understand that, Dylan. I really get it. I will never follow someone again in a religion. Like, that won't ever happen. Southern Mimi, the good thing is that you made it so Huxley doesn't have to miss the things you did. You should be proud of that. That's a very nice way to look at it. And you're right. Welcome, by the way. I don't recognize you, and I like your picture. You're absolutely right, Southern Mimi. That's what's most important to me. Yeah, David Bruce. They are, Kestrel. I think part of it that you made huge strides in such a short time that you're overwhelmed when it happens slower because it doesn't come easy to you. Yeah, Sophia, probably. Yeah, and that's probably true too. Geoplanet Jane, a lot of deep stuff comes up to the surface at holiday times. Yeah, I could see that. I can't believe it's been a year and a half. I used to work for a veterinarian Scientologist 23 years ago, and I still think about it all the time. Yikes. It's so creepy. How lucky you have a first and kind find your best traditions ever. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much, my friend. Yes, very lucky. Brandy Lewis says maybe if one of Huxley's friends go to church, you could go with their family. And with that, that's what I did. It wasn't one of Huxley's friends. It was a lady that I met, and she had a 15-year-old son, and I went to her church. She invited us, and no, it didn't. It wasn't great. It wasn't great for us. It was Church of Christ, and hey, Steffi Thee, I wasn't comfortable. No, I wasn't comfortable, but that doesn't mean we give up. We're going to keep trying. We're going to find another church. It's just a lot. And church is not the biggest thing on my mind right now. The connection with God is what I really am enjoying, and feeling that calm wave of peace over me about it. I'm not pushing myself to find a church at the moment. Like, that will happen organically. I'm not looking for connection with people. I'm looking for connection with God. I feel like I have the people connection. Hey, cute pumpkin Claude Hopper. Hey, Catherine J. Do you have any resentment toward your parents for putting you in Scientology? Was it mostly your dad? It was totally my dad. Hey, Zoe. Of course, Zoe. I'm happy to be here with you. Yes. Yes, of course I do. Yes. P. Taylor, very much. I have a lot of, not toward my mother. I don't have resentment toward my mother. Squirrel Girl, I could use some support, and I know this group that can help. This is the group that can, absolutely, Squirrel Girl. All the caring thoughts, prayers, healing vibes coming your way, girl. Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Pants. Elizabeth Whitney, this doesn't seem like the chat for you, especially on Thanksgiving. Not really not good taste. And mods, you don't have to remove her, by the way. I feel all kinds of resentment. And the thing is, I don't like my father. So I don't know what to do about that, but I will tell you, thank you, Callie Blue too. I feel as if I want to have a conversation with him. I'd like to track him down. I don't, he lives here. I don't know how close. I think he lives within about 45 minutes of me. I would like to go talk to him. Super Storm Day, the connection with God is a beautiful experience. Yes, it is. And thank you for being a member, my friend. David Bruce, that's amazing. I blame my grandfather for getting into Scientology and ruining what family structure in the name of a science of the mind. Absolutely. We have a lot to be angry about, Dylan. Why didn't my mom take me with her? So my sister moved in with my mom and then almost immediately moved into the Sea Org in California. And my mom was in Kansas City. So she didn't keep my sister either. And I was 4 years younger. So I was 7 and my sister went into the Sea Org and I was in Omaha with my dad. Do I think my dad knows about my YouTube channel? I really don't. I doubt it. I mean, maybe somebody mentioned it to him at a Scientology event in passing, but I don't think he watches. Hey, Paula Penley. Yeah, Gloria, absolutely. I would like to go talk to him. I would like to go have a conversation with him. For me, not for him. I mean, I really want to say to you guys right now, I hate my father. I don't hate my father. I have a half sister named Samantha Baby Doll. She's 12 years older than me. I don't hate my dad. I want to hate my dad. I went through a long period of hating my dad. I don't hate him. I don't really feel anything for him. I feel like I've passed that point and it's just kind of numbness. I feel angry sometimes, like P. Taylor asked me. I do feel resentment there for sure. But I used to I remember being in the past, even 5-10 years ago, I remember thinking I hope somebody calls and tells me that he died. I hope that when he's dying, I hope all these terrible thoughts. I don't anymore. I just don't feel that way anymore. Baby Doll, no. I don't feel hatred. I don't wish anything bad on him. I feel like I've passed that. I went through years of feeling that way, and I just don't feel angry. I want answers. I'll be honest. I'd like to sit down and have 30 minutes. I'd like to have, if he'd be willing to give that to me, That could be his gift to me in life. I would like 30 minutes. I mean, I'd love to take an hour, but even 30 minutes of his time to ask real questions. Um, and I don't know what they would be, but I'll be honest, like, I would like to just study his face. I would like to look him in the eye. I would like him to recognize me. I'm not even sure he could pick me out of a crowd. I wonder, I wish I could like give him truth serum and spend 30 minutes with him. I would love to say, just the most deep things. I would love to say, like, do you know, like, my life has turned out great? Do you know that I have an amazing son that you don't know? And my sister is successful and put herself through school. She went into the Sea Org when she was like 11 or 12 and didn't get an education at all, and she went and got her GED and put herself through college and is very successful and works in a hospital now. Like, do you know that your kids are not the degraded beings that you said they were? Do you know that I am not a reflection of you because I don't wish harm on people? But you have some really good kids and you missed out on that. And I think I would want to know why he left that day and chose to believe the things that he thought, if that makes sense. Like, why he left me when I was 16. I would love to get answers from that. I would love to get the real truth. Like, why did you think it was okay to leave your 16-year-old daughter? Ugh, did I show you guys that picture of him? Somebody put a picture up of him on Facebook and he looked really good. This was years ago, by the way. I'm embarrassed to show this picture. I think I showed it, but maybe I didn't. This was a picture where we were all together. I have a half sister named Sam, his daughter. We have different moms. And I want to say this was maybe for his wedding. Like, I was trying to think, why would we have all been together? Sorry, I'm missing the chat. He looked amazing, but here's my question. Do I look like my dad? I see it a lot. I think I look a lot like my dad. I'm embarrassed to show this picture because I look so ugly. I think I was maybe 10 in this picture. Hey, Denise. I don't, Rach. So my niece is in this picture. So my half sister, Sam, is next to me. And next to my dad is my full sister, Brianna. But like, he looks really good in this picture. And I thought, oh my God, I look so bad. Guys, I'm embarrassed to show this picture. Thank you, Dark Sarcasm. Like, everybody in this picture looks good. My sisters look beautiful. And I look like a little boy. I'm really embarrassed. I showed this to Tommy and he was like, no, you don't. I'm holding a dog. That's a shocker. That's all of us at some random time because we weren't living together. So I think he got married and everybody came home for that, maybe. That's my dad. I look terrible. I look like such a nerd. But the dog is adorable. But so everybody look at his face. I see it clear as day. I think I look like my dad, but everybody says they don't. And everybody says I look like my mom, but I think I look like my dad. Oh my God, he does look like a young Bill Clinton. That's crazy. He does look like a young Bill Clinton. That's weird. Aw, happy Thanksgiving, Kristen Melinda Babe. Thanks for being a member. I didn't know you were a member. That's so sweet. Thank you. I'll show you a cute picture of me. I don't have very many pictures of me as a child because my dad had them all, but, I've shown this picture before, but I showed it to Tommy today, and he was like, "You are so cute." Guys, this was a picture I'm proud of as a child. We've shown it before. I just wanna yeah, the cowgirl one. I just wanna point out, no joke, I put things. Look at me putting outfits together. Look at me putting outfits together even then. Look at the boots. Come on. Come on. I don't look like a little boy there, at least. Um, do you think Huxley looks like him? Interesting. Thank you, Mr. Pants. Yeah, I'm proud of that one. I look like both of them mixed together. You look so much like your mom. I do think I look like my mom. Hey, SJ, but I really feel like I see me a lot in his face. I wonder what my dad did today. Thank you, Christine. Hey, Lydia Krause. I know, Cher. I had it together even then. I was putting outfits together big time. Becky USA, welcome. I'm going to show you. Somebody said, "What does your mom look like?" I'm going to pull up that picture that I love of my mom. But you'll have to give me a sec to find it. There's a younger picture of my mom, and I think I look a lot like her. My mom is very pretty. My mom has always been a very pretty lady. She's really aged well. What are you eating, Hux? You have achieved so much in the last 12 months. You are coping with the changes, grief, and relief. The joy of being with your mom and sis, also the fear of losing your dad. It is all so much. Yeah, Pat Jonas, thank you for validating and pointing that out. And also, I love that you're in our Zoom chats. Thank you for being a member. Here's a younger, my mom before, did I catch what, Miss Sunrise Dawn? This is my mom. And I definitely think I look like my mom. My mom is absolutely beautiful. She's very, very pretty. Trying to kill that reflection. Thank you, Diane. But my mom is, that's before her hair, she stopped dyeing her hair. And like, here's what her hair looks like now. You guys think I look more like my mom? Well, I'm happy to hear that. Yeah. Thank you for saying that, everybody. I don't know why. I see that picture of my dad and I definitely see me. I also just feel sadness. I feel so much sadness when I look at that picture of my dad because there was a time that I really liked my dad. Like I was really connected to my dad. And I'd love to, you know how you don't get closure on something. I never got closure with him. I was close to my dad at a younger age. My dad raised me until I joined staff at the church. So it was just me and my dad. Those are my memories, right? Interesting, Mr. Pants. And so I think my thing is I really need some closure. I would love to go sit down and have a conversation with him and just tell him that. Maybe I could just say, he won't listen to me. He would tell me to go fuck myself right away. But if I could just get one wish to do that and he did it, I would love to say that to him. Like, can you just give me the gift of closure? I just want to know why you did what you did. I want to know why you never looked for me. I want to know why you didn't have any interest in my life whatsoever. Like, how come you never came around? You know, now that I'm 40, I mean, I was 16 when you left. Why didn't you have any interest when I was in my 20s or 30s? And do you ever miss your kids? Do you ever feel like you missed out? Do you ever feel like interested in maybe what's going on with us? Or I already know the answer. The answer is no. I've told you guys this 100 times. If somebody told my dad, "Did you hear that Reese died in a car accident?" He would say, "She finally pulled that in. She was an SP and I've been waiting for it. I called it when she was a little child that she was a suppressive person. And she finally pulled in what she should have pulled in." I mean, that's what he would say. Yeah. Yeah, Duchess Diana for sure. No, Becky USA, he didn't. I know, guys. I know he doesn't care, but I don't know if it's because I'm a Cancer sign or I overthink or overanalyze. Yeah, Sophia, I could. Hey, Barbara, wait. I know how this ends. It's just still, I would love to have a conversation with him. I know that sucks. And I realize that I'm also the type of person that I feel like I didn't get enough pain. I need to go back for a little more. I fly too close to the sun. I know that. I've written him a letter, Kestrel. I've emailed him. I've written him letters. He usually responds with, "Don't ever call me dad and don't ever call me again." And at this point, writing him a letter, he would not even open it because I'm an SP. Frog Whizzer, that would be nice. Thank you, Mr. Pants. Well, he was perfectly okay with my boyfriend was 24 and I was 14. Scientologists don't look at that the same, dark sarcasm. He was perfectly okay with that because we're all the same age. We're just in different bodies, if that makes sense. So they don't look at children as children at all. There's no adults and kids. We're all adults. We're all grown beings in small bodies. Castrol, I don't know why. That just isn't really therapy for me. Write the letter for you. Or like write the letter and then throw it away. I've been told that and then burn it or whatever. It's like, no, I've written many, many letters to him because you have to do that in Scientology. It's called Good Roads, Good Weather. Yeah, Maureen Kinsey, disconnection is really hard. Yeah, I think what I would rather do is go out and try to find him. Like, he doesn't live far away. I'd love to go try to track him down. I'd love to watch him walk out of his front door and just go, "Hey, dad." Again, it's a terrible idea because my biggest, not fear, but my biggest pain is rejection. I don't like being rejected. In relationships, I will leave so that I don't get left. I do not like the feeling of that at all is a really dark feeling. I don't know if it goes hand in hand with abandonment, but I have a tough time with it. So it wouldn't be good for me. Yeah, Epiphany. I think you know how he would answer your questions. Maybe you need to hear him say it for closure. I think sometimes, even though it's painful, I want to hear him say it. As much as it would hurt, yeah, Don Moore. As much as it would hurt, I want to hear him say it to me. You are a good person, Reese. You can look to his parents' personalities, see some good that may have inherited from him, find a relative. They're all dead. I could email him, and I have emailed him, guys. It's only going to hurt you and not him. Absolutely. And I would know that going into it. Oh, Angie Mo, this is my favorite watch. Thank you. Tommy got me this watch. Isn't it pretty? It's vintage. And I love the mixed metal, gold and silver. It's such a pretty watch. I love this watch. You're right. Wisconsin Barb makes a great point. Reminds me of chasing the snake. That would be nice, Mr. Pants. Me too, SJ. It is chasing the snake. You're not wrong. But this particular snake, I feel like I need to chase. This particular snake, I need to know more about. Hey, Amy Edge. if that makes sense. I haven't brought it up to my mom. That's a great question. What does your mom think about you reaching out to him? My mother would hate that idea. My mother would be very upset. My mom lost her mind when she found out he moved here a couple years ago. My mom hates him so much. Um, she would be upset with me. I mean, thank you, Colleen. And I think Muffet Lou, no, I don't think I have. I think the other thing is, and this is why I've said, it's not that I look forward to the day he dies. Like, I don't care about that anymore. But the day I find out, which I may never find out, by the way, I'm not connected to Scientologists anymore. So if he were to die, who's going to tell me? Nobody. But let's just say I found out that he died, I would feel relief just because we're no longer here on earth together, but separated. Like, I hate knowing that my dad lives an hour from me and he hates my guts and he would run from me. He would flip me off. I mean, my dad told me I was the most degraded being on planet Earth and that he was so ashamed of me. So, in a lot of ways, I would feel more free. It's like moving here and being free from my ex. I would feel more free knowing like it's finally over. It's over. He's gone. But I don't want that. I'm not trying to wish for that. Thank you, Southern Mimi. Are you trying to find something good in his heart? What may have been there? I think so. Yeah, I think that's a great point, Duchess Diana. I think I'm trying to find something maybe that he would say. Like maybe I get this with, I do this with men and it's really lame, but I do this thing where I'm like, maybe I can change it. Maybe we can crack this personality. Maybe we can make it different. I do it over and over. And it's stupid. But yes, there's some truth to that. I wish if I could sit down and talk to my dad that maybe he would shed a tear and say, I'm sorry that I left. I really cared about you. I don't know. But I know what I would get. If he even spoke to me, he would say, I hate you. I hate everything about you. Thanks, SJ. Yeah, I can change him. Yeah. I think we've all been there. Is there something specific I'd want to say to him? I don't know. It would be off the cuff like it is on my YouTube channel. Hey, Pat Watson. I think I would just say, you have caused so much pain and hurt and anger, and you have screwed me up in a lot of ways with men. And I don't like to blame other people for what I am guilty of, right? Like, I hate to say, like, you did this to me. But when you're 5, you don't get a choice in the environment you live in. So at the time, he did do that. And it makes me sad. And I want to say that to him. Good night, Arkansas Flamingo. And I just want to say, like, was there a time that you loved me? Like, was there a time that you were excited to be a parent or my parent or any of that? I'd love to get some positive questions answered too. Sounds like you're grieving the dad you never got. Probably, Dee Dee. It's very unrealistic. And thank you for your super chat. This makes sense to me. Those who God love are peacemakers. You are a peacemaker, and it hurts your heart if you cannot fix it. That's a beautiful thing to say. Hey, Lady Victoria, that is a really cool thing to say. Those who God loves are peacemakers. I like that. I like that a lot. Janie Doyle, that's kind of funny. Yeah, Muffet Lou. I don't know. There's just something about, I have a hard time if I don't get closure on something. I really pick at it and I can't be done with it. And I'm trying to accept the fact that, especially in this whole Scientology mess, right? I'm not going to get closure. My dad is one of them. I lost 500 people. I lost so much family. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. And I think, hoping that I'm going to talk to them again. I'm hoping that I'm going to run into somebody. I'm hoping that they're going to get out and come find me. They're not. Nobody's looking for me and I'm not looking for them. And I guess this, maybe you're right. Maybe this time of year, I think, do they think about us? Do they reflect on this? Today is Thanksgiving Day. No, today is any other day in Scientology. They don't celebrate it. But I still like to think, this warm spot in my heart, that they're sitting there reflecting on Huxley. I don't even care if they don't think about me. I wonder if they're sitting there thinking about my wonderful kid that they just abandoned. Like, do they? Does it cross their mind? I doubt it, because they have had so much auditing to remove the emotions from it. And they've also been threatened within an inch of their life to think about him, talk about him, any of those things. You think they're not sec checking the hell out of those people every day? They are. Yeah, because I got declared. They put those guys on the cans all the time. And they say, have you tried to contact them? Have you talked to them? Have you thought about them? Did you Google them? Did you look up her YouTube channel? Did you look at their Facebook? I promise you that they're doing that around the clock with those guys. So think about it. It's like the Scientology show, the Leah Remini show, that my mom tried to get me to watch for years. And I was like, don't. I was like, I'm not listening, because they put you on the cans and they say, have you looked at anything? Have you talked to anyone? Did you look on Google? Did you go somewhere? Did someone say something to you about Scientology? And you got to give all that up. So at some point, they beat you down enough that you give up. You just give up. You don't have any more hope for anything. You don't think about that family. You don't think about your emotions. You don't think about the pain. You don't think about the past. You don't think about any of those things anymore. It's just easier to switch it off and not think about it. So no, I don't think they think about him. I know my dad doesn't think about me. Not at all. Yeah, Catalina, I agree. Have Tommy with you and go say hi. That would be nice. Yes, Furious Knitter. Yes. Anyone who practices disconnection literally is not capable of love. Yeah, I agree with that. Oh, Seamus is in the litter box. I wondered what that noise was. Dee Dee Razzle Dazzle, absolutely you do. Thank you, Maureen Kinsey. My dad would piss Tommy off. Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Tommy would be cool though. He would be calm, but Tommy wouldn't. Honestly, I probably wouldn't put Tommy in that situation because it would not be good for him. It would make him very sad. It would make him very sad. It's probably something that would be better for me to do on my own. Baby steps. Hi, Reese. Sounds like a heavy topic. I think it is young Reese looking for some sign of love from someone who the love should have just flowed. Yeah. And that's the other thing, baby steps. He didn't have it to give in the first place. I'm trying to get blood from a turnip. He didn't have it to give. So you make a good point. Thank you, baby steps. Thank you for your super chat. Absolutely, Marie Marion. Guys, we've gained more than we ever lost. And I'm in a much better place because of that. My life is taking off. I'm happy. I get to make my own decisions. I get to think for myself. I don't sit here anymore going, I had a thought that wasn't Scientology. Quick, what does LRH say about it? Because I can't think for myself. Let's see, what's the topic? Let's see, what does LRH say? Because that's what you do. It's a beautiful thing for me to just be out there in the open going, I don't know, but I can figure it out and think for myself. And nobody's going to write reports on me for that. And I'm not going to be false data stripped. False data stripping. It's a real thing in Scientology. If you have a topic, and you can pick any topic and you go get put on the cans and you give what you think that topic is in your mind, and they correct everything and they put out the LRH policies in front of you and they false data strip you. So they pull everything you think and they have you read. They set it like this on the cans and they go ahead and start here and read that first paragraph. And I read it and they go, good. What does that mean to you? And then I say what it means. And then you read the next paragraph. And then when you're done, they go, okay, good. So you get what LRH says about this? Uh-huh. Good. So you no longer think what you thought about it, right? Right. Good. You just finished false data stripping. It's not a religion. Not at all, Mr. Pants. It is not a religion. It's not. And it's not fair to do that, especially to kids. But that's where it all began. So I think for being in for 38 years and me being 40, I feel pretty good. I feel pretty good from where I'm at. But I think today hit me pretty hard that I'm 40 and this is my first tradition of Thanksgiving. This is my first just not I don't know. It just hit me this morning and I really cried about it and I felt thankful. Of course I felt grateful. I'm not as hateful as you would think. I'm disappointed. I'm sad. I wish that Scientology would be absolutely shut down. Um Hey Kat, thank you. But those things aren't going to happen. And so the only thing I can do is be in control of me and my kid. And so I can just make it happy for us. And I don't have to be rushed and I can make my own traditions and be with my family now. And it's wonderful. It is, SJ. It's great. It's still heavy though. It's just still a lot. And we'll get through it. We'll get through it. Hey, Marlugo. Me too. I'm exhausted, but I'm here. Wishing everyone a great holiday. My first without my dad. That's true. I miss him and thought this chat would make it better. Thank you for telling us that. You didn't lose him that long ago, Marlugo. I kind of wondered how you were going to do today. Thank you for telling us, babe. And thank you for your super chat. I'm glad that you're here. You're in good company. Yeah, Muffet Lou, for sure. He should be in jail for child abuse. Oh, it's my first Thanksgiving since my mom passed. I'm sad, but I have a lifetime of memories to comfort me. That is a beautiful thing. Barbara Waite, I love to hear that. I always get sad when things like that happen. But if you had the person for a really long time, I think how lucky, honestly. It's also a blessing, but it's bittersweet. And I'm sorry that you lost your mom. And that doesn't make it any easier. I'm really sorry. Just like Marlugo. I bet your dad was a cool guy, Marlugo. He had to have been because you're really a cool person. Hey, Mike. Thank you. You too. So I wasn't going to stay on much longer than this. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys and for the people who are alone today, but also for the people who don't celebrate it. I just wanted to be here. And does anybody have any plans for tomorrow? Thank you, Better Days Now. Is anyone going to get out there and brave it with Black Friday? I am not. As a matter of fact, I think my dad gets out of the hospital tomorrow. So I'm going to go with my mom to pick him up. And I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Maureen Kinsey. You too, Helena. Cheers to all of us to find the courage to leave toxic relationships, even if it left us broken. It will get better. Marie M., that's a nice thing to say, girl. That's a really nice thing to say. And it's true. Bo, what are you doing? You're not going to eat cat poop if that's what you're thinking. Why don't you try acting right, maybe? Why don't you think about acting right about your life? Did you already eat the cat poop? No, you didn't. Good for you, son. Good for you. You did the right thing. Thank you, Marie M., for your super chat. That was really nice. It was a nice thing to say. Sassy Savage, that sucks. I hope you get better. David Bruce, you're going to work on the cars? Work on the Cars? You know, that's a great band, by the way. I love the Cars. Jazzy Girl Sarah, I know. I hope that you're recovering. Thank you, Elizabeth Frazier. So I may or may not hop on tomorrow. I don't know yet. If I don't, everybody have a good day, and I will be back Saturday. He is a good person, Kat. But thank you for being with me tonight. There's a lot of people in here. I did not expect that. Thank you for your time. And where did I just missed that? Oh, that's amazing, Teresa. Congratulations to your friend. That's amazing. Zoe, I'm glad you could be here with us. Love you, Boris Cruz. And Mary, love you too. Pam Johnson, that's a nice thing to say. Guys, I'm really, really happy. Yeah, I see that, Mr. Pants. I'm really happy that you could join me, and I hope you feel a little bit less alone. I know what it's like to feel alone, and I hate that feeling. And I hope that this chat and this community comforts you in some way because it really, really comforts me. That is a good thing, Alana. Don't use your credit cards tomorrow, guys. You don't need it. You don't need the stuff. Trust me, you don't. Thank you, Johnny. Everybody, hey, Pam Johnson. Everybody have a great evening. Everybody be safe. Love you, Mr. Pants. And I'm serious. Thank you for spending this time with me. I feel like I needed that. Christine, could we get a little Gertie for our comfort? Of course you can. Lindy? Oh, there she is. Oh, wow. Oh, my sweet stars. You're awfully little, are you not? Really tired. Barely keeping her little peepers open. Oh, really small. Really sleepy. And that's some crazy ass hair, girl. What kind of hair is that? Christine, here you go, girl. Honestly, what kind of hair is that? That's some crazy ass Thanksgiving hair. That's a lot. It's a lot to put up with. It's a lot. Oh, you're so little. She didn't eat any turkey today, but I did feed her a tiny piece of cheese and she was very grateful. I need a card. My dad was hilarious, also in a dry humor type way. His stories of growing up in a ranch live on. That's so cool, Marlugo. I bet you talked a lot about him today, girl. I bet he was a cool guy. Thank you for sharing that with us, Marlugo. I love you, girl. Thank you for your super chat. That's a lot. It's a lot for Thanksgiving. Look at your footy paws. Look at these. Look at these. Were these from Whoville? She says, no, damn it. I was born in a manger next to Christ. Why do you keep saying I'm a Dr. Seuss character? She looks like the Grinch's dog. Bo didn't get any turkey because it was season and I don't give table food to my dogs, but I did give him a little tiny piece of cheese. And then I brought him bones. So before you get upset about that, he was a happy person. I will say hi to Tommy. Thank you. I will. I think he's going to do a quick stream tonight. I hope he makes it quick because Tommy's in a lot of pain still with his back. And it's kind of the last thing he needs to be doing. They turned out great, Maureen Kinsey. Tommy's doing okay, but he's not really getting better. So tomorrow he's going to have to get that seriously looked at. He's in a lot of pain. Tommy's in a lot of pain. We don't know what he did. Armina, you're hilarious. How did I know that? Can't even hold her head up. My God, girl. He needs to get himself checked out. I'm worried about it. He threw his back out. I don't know what he did, but Tommy is in so much pain. I've barely talked to him on the phone because when I do, I let him go. Because when he talks to me, he does this. He goes, all right, like he's like grunting in pain. It's terrible to listen to. I really want him to get checked out. I didn't make a third casserole, Jen. I made deviled eggs, corn casserole, potato casserole, and stuffing. Gertie, I was born in the manger and I have the t-shirt to prove it. And she does, Helena. Absolutely. And it's silly. It's a lot of silly. You're very sleepy. I can tell. Thank you, Sassy. I will never say these words, but love you all too. Never say these words, but love you all too. Marluga, we do love you. And I'm so happy that you're a part of this. And I'm so happy you're in the Zoom chats because I love talking to you, girl. She's unhinged, SJ. Yeah, my deviled eggs turned out great, by the way. Hey, what the fox? Oh my God, no. I would never give my dog bones like that. They're dog bones. I buy them on Amazon. No, I would not give him those. Yeah, Maureen Kinsey, he is hurting. He really screwed up his back. It's a lot. That's a lot of sass. That's a lot. It's a lot of extra. It's a lot of extra. It looks like you swallowed a little hand grenade. Speaking of hands, look at these. Look at these footy paws. It's an extra. Can't think of a better name. I'm so sorry. He went to a chiropractor. Yeah, he went to a chiropractor yesterday. Yeah, no, what the fox. I would never give my dog those kinds of bones. I know, SJ. Since we're venting, I hope it's okay here. Of course it is. My first Thanksgiving without my hubby. This shit is so hard. I am so sorry. Can't think of a better name. That is hard. That's really hard. I've been there and I'm so sorry, but you are in a good place. I love it when she looks like a little gremlin. Mm-hmm. Same. She's over the legal limit. No question. Superstorm day.
It's a lot. Are you really that tired? Are you super sleepy and whatnot? Well, we need to get you to bed, girl, because you look really out of it. And she says, I hope that you buy me some stuff on Black Friday. I hope that you think about the things that I would like for Christmas.
You're very welcome. Can't think of a better name. Yeah, it's horrible.
All right. That's a lot of silly. It's a lot of extra.
My God, she looks like a stuffed animal, and it's weird that she smells like one too. All right. Well, on that note, guys, everybody, happy Thanksgiving to those that celebrate it. I love you all, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. Also, I've thought about maybe Tommy and I at some point, just for fun, doing a Colton Crim stream. You'll have to let me know what you think of that. If you think that's a good idea, maybe just hopping on for a short stream. I love doing that show with him, and maybe we'll do a show just for fun, just a holiday show. All right, everybody, I love you. And here comes Fred. Okay, yeah, Dee Dee says yes. I figured a few people might want to. It could be fun. It could be fun. Sassy. Okay. I'll talk to him about it. Going to text you a pic of the charcuterie. I thought of you making a charcuterie board today. That's funny. Just in case you get married again someday. Oh my God, you're funny. Okay. Please text me a picture just in case there's ever a wedding. I need a card. Thank you, babe. Love you guys. Jazzy girl, I hope you get better. All right, everybody, here comes Fred. I love you all, and I'll probably see you tomorrow.